Some time ago I did a video about what happens when you combine super low graphics with a pretty decent current generation GTX 1050. And while a fair number of you enjoyed that video, a number of people complain about that very old CPU I used for that experiment. Very much like this channel, I either get people complaining that the setup I'm using is too powerful or that it is too weak. In any case, that inspired me to repeat that silly experiment on this. This is an MSI GL62M7 Rex gaming laptop. This was provided to me by GearBest because this is apparently a budget gaming laptop. 3 words that I never expected to hear together. I mean, this thing has a button dedicated to putting the fans on overdrive. I have never seen a thing like this. The full info and store page for this equipment is in the description, but in terms of specs, this thing has a 1050 Ti, a step up for the 1050 of the other video, 8GB of DDR4 RAM, and a 7th generation i7 7700, so many 7s HQ, which is pretty good as long as it does not overheat, and has an Intel HD, so I might disable that Nvidia GPU at some point and use it for a proper LowSpecGamer video, but that is not today. Today, we're going for 100 FPS or more, starting with Doom, with shadows disabled, and other tweaks from my 2 videos. Even just taking away the shadows and the lowest settings, this game looks absolutely fantastic. In all honesty, it's really impressive how it's able to keep this level of performance under such intense level of combat. Wow, it just dropped to 60. Unbelievable, completely unplayable, pure freaking trash. Cue all the comments about how this is not a high-end laptop. Clearly, that was a weird thing to start with, so I decided to use CSGO next, with the configuration file from my Intel HD video and the very low graphics from my latest video. Wow. Well, I kinda expected about 300 FPS, but this ain't bad either. It's interesting how it doesn't seem to be taxing the GPU or the CPU the max, so... There is a lot of interesting things happening here. The fact that this is on the benchmark, getting only like 30 FPS more than Doom on the lowest settings is... curious. Well, this is pretty unusual. Well, obviously indoors in certain maps it gets closer to 200 FPS, but it's still pretty interesting that it does seem to be the CPU. Some of the CPU cores seem to be a little bit closer to being maxed out. Well, 200 FPS, that's a little bit better, but still, maybe the CPU is actually being the limit here? What do you guys think? Let me know, because this is pretty freaking interesting. Wow, I'm playing way better than I expected. Wow, did I actually deliver the killing shot? I was going to make a joke about me not getting any better with better performance, but... Huh. Well, that was... okay, maybe not. Maybe... okay. Nope. No improvement whatsoever. Let's go even older, and let's try Fallout 3 with unlocked frame rate and the super low graphics from my video. Oh dear God.
Human body can survive with out there.
Why is her skin that color?
Repelling mole rats. Learning about
Is her skin pink? I am a little bit concerned at how all we're getting is 100 FPS. In a game this old, I kinda expected more. Well, at least it does seem to be somewhat stable near 100 FPS. It might be a limit that the game has. I got surprisingly little to say about this thing. I really do think that there might be a hard limit in the agent for 100 FPS. It might be impossible to get to more. Finally, let's take it back to modern days. I was curious to see how the notorious PUBG would do when using the tweaks from my latest video in the topic, because why risk being banned in one game when you can risk it in two? So will someone mind explaining to me how we are playing this game on the 1050 Ti with lower than low settings like this? I mean, look at how this looks, look at how the houses look in a moment ago, and we still cannot hit 60 FPS. I mean, I know people make jokes about this game being unoptimized, but it's a little bit ridiculous. Well, it does head over 60 FPS now, but just barely. Which kinda still makes my point stand. It is interesting how this game is so difficult to run effectively. This actually looks pretty cool. I mean, it's fluid enough. Like, I really could get used to playing the game like this. Look at those beautiful trees. What a marvelous view. You see that? I didn't see a notification. There is. Ha 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 ha! Whoa! The wheels on the car are they there? I'm not entirely sure at this point. That is not normal. Will it work? Oh yeah, so this is a buggy. This is also a piece of crap. This is completely useless. There's another player running away from this. Oh, okay. Well, like, that isn't that bad. That is almost all for this experiment. I hope you found it interesting. Remember that if you follow me on Twitch, you can see premieres of videos early, and more importantly, discuss your opinions with me directly. Your opinions are really important to me, so do participate if you can. The store page for this budget gaming laptop is in the description if you're interested. Thank you to GearBest for providing the laptop, thank you to the people in Patreon who are the heroes who donate month after month, and I will see you all on the next video.